From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News.
Among Delaware's top stories for Wednesday, March 7th, the groundhog lied. We have another shot of winter today. Why you shouldn't wash your dusty car if you're in Claymont. Blowing off tolls. Guess how much one guy owes. And now the details. Don't put away that shovel yet. March is still coming in like a lion, and we're going to get a couple of inches today.
The air mass that's in place right now is very, very cold. It will warm up some today, but it's not going to get up above freezing. In fact, not even going to get close to freezing, really. So it's going to be a little bit more of a fluffy kind of snow. But because everything is so cold from the cold that we've had the past 24 hours, it shouldn't have any trouble sticking for this morning. So most of the major arteries should end up being just wet during the late morning and afternoon hours, so that travel should be improving. Maybe some of the secondary roads will remain a little slippery, but I think travel conditions will improve as we get deeper into the day, despite the continuous snowfall.
Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast is coming up in a few minutes. If you're in the Claymont area and find some dust on your car, you might want to be careful about washing it off. WDEL's Ken Grant explains.
A marked increase in complaints about a metallic dust coating homes and cars around Claymont Steel led to the contracting of an engineering firm to see what could be done to alleviate the situation. Claymont residents heard from that firm, as well as the director of the State Division of Air and Waste Management and representatives from Claymont Steel. Bill Allen of the engineering firm Earth Tech made a variety of suggestions for controlling the dust produced by Claymont Steel.
One of the keys is to controlling dust at its source and making sure that we don't have too much dust that's allowed to get on the roadways in the first place. However, it's a dusty process, and there will be some dust that builds up on those roads.
And essentially, for dust, the regulatory limit is it's not allowed past the fence line of the facility that generates it.
Allen called for the placement of monitors throughout the area to study the issue further. Dee Wilden of Claymont said she had mixed feelings about that idea.
I think they're headed in the right direction. I just am not satisfied with where the monitors are being put, because I think it doesn't serve the purpose of what we need to know.
DNREC officials said they will keep an eye on the situation. Ken Grant, 11:50 a.m., WDEL.
The air you breathe around Delaware has gotten a bit cleaner. WDEL's Carl Konevsky has that story.
The Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control released its toxics release inventory data for 2005, a report card, if you will, on the state's pollution emissions. DNREC Secretary John Hughes says the numbers look good.
Our toxic release inventory, I'm proud to announce today, shows a decrease by 18% when compared to 2004.
Hughes recognized the SEBA plant in Newport, saying on a production-adjusted basis, the facility reduced emissions by 77% since 1998. Michael Spencer, the mayor of Newport, says the reduction at the plant is very noticeable for longtime residents.
I've been here almost 23 years, and the change in the pollution level that used to come from this plant from then until now is it really is mind-boggling. If you lived here, you really know there. You don't see the pigment dust anymore. The water quality, they've done some things with the water treatment, so they're great neighbors.
Environmentalist Alan Muller of Green Delaware says people have to understand the limitations of the data in the report, which doesn't cover all industries in the state. Reporting from Newport, I'm Carl Konevsky, 11:50 a.m., WDEL.
About 300 workers at a downstate chicken plant are being tested for tuberculosis after another worker there got sick. The Division of Public Health says the family of the woman who tested positive would be at the greatest risk, and they haven't gotten sick. Anyone who has a positive skin test will get a chest x-ray and an antibiotic. A toast to the town tonight. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Dart and Acme have joined in partnership to be your one-stop shopping place for both groceries and Dart cards. It's now easier and more convenient than ever to pick up your Dart cards with Acme.
If you think blowing through a toll without paying on the state road or the Delaware Memorial Bridge, you may just be the person targeted in a new crackdown. WDEL's Peter MacArthur explains.
Jim Selman with the Delaware River and Bay Authority says as of this month, any toll evader who racks up $1,000 in violations faces felony charges. Selman says they've already caught up with one guy who blew that threshold away.
There was an individual who had evaded tolls at the Delaware Memorial Bridge 136 times and another 200 times at the I-95 toll facility, and he was charged with felony theft of services.
In fact, when all is said and done, 39-year-old John Harper of New Jersey will owe Delaware more than $10,000. Salmon says to avoid getting caught up in it all, make sure to take care of any failure to pay toll violations you receive in the mail as soon as possible. I'm Peter MacArthur, 1150 AM WDEL.
A political newcomer is looking to fill the seat left vacant by State Representative Wayne Smith, who's leaving to head up the Delaware Healthcare Association.
I will be the Republican nominee for state rep in the 7th District special election.
Jim Bowers of Brandywine 100 is running in a special election next month. The 48-year-old Bowers has worked for Verizon for 26 years, and he wants to bring his business expertise to government.
I look forward to bringing a strong business background to the public arena. Clearly, there are some major areas of state government which have been mismanaged. Let me talk about DEL.
Bowers says Governor Minner's proposed package of tax increases on tolls, fees, and licenses will force truckers to bypass major roads and congest communities. Bowers also opposes the yard waste ban.
Maybe we encourage recycling. There's other kinds of ways of doing this.
Bowers also lists education and the environment as priorities. Democrats are expected to name their candidate next week. It's a first for some elementary school students in the city.
Those attending Stubbs Elementary on Wilmington's east side know what it feels like because they're the first school to join the city's curbside recycling program. Members of the city's administration, including Mayor Baker, were on hand Tuesday to welcome the school into the program, even before some of Wilmington's residential neighborhoods. With the help of a Public Works Department employee, a couple lucky students got to pull the lever on the truck to make the school's entry into the program official. By the end of March, roughly 24,000 homes in Wilmington will be part of the curbside recycling program. Reporting from Wilmington's east side, Lee St. John, 1150 AM WDEL.
Happy birthday to Wilmington. It's 175 years old today. The party's being held on Rodney Square with a huge birthday cake, music, and performers. The festivities continue tonight at the Old Town Hall on Market Street, where Wilmington officially went from a borough to a city in 1832. Joan Hogue with the Historical Society of Delaware says it's a look back at the people and events that have made Wilmington what it is.
We really took this idea and ran with it for the year and have a whole lot of things planned to help raise awareness about the history of Wilmington, the diversity of our history, the things we have to be proud of, to remind people of that, and also just to share some interesting facts and things that may have been forgotten about Wilmington.
Make sure you're listening to 1150 AM WDEL and WDEL.com tonight at 8:30 as Mayor James Baker makes a toast at the Delaware History Museum to mark the city's birthday. A fourth straight overtime game for the Flyers. How'd they do? WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Achieve balance, achieve success.
In WDEL Sports, Simone Gagne scored in overtime to lift the Flyers to a 5-4 win over the New Jersey Devils. The Flyers gave up a 4-3 lead in the final minutes of regulation before Gagne scored the game winner. Scotty Upshall, Jeff Sanderson, Sammy Kapanen, and Mike Richards also scored for the Flyers, who beat the Devils for the first time in 6 tries this year. Delaware State is the favorite as the Hornets take on Coppin State tonight in the quarterfinals of the MEAC tournament in Raleigh, North Carolina. Delaware State is the regular season champ for the 3rd straight year and will go for its 20th win of the season tonight at 8 o'clock. By virtue of its regular season title, the Hornets get an automatic berth in the NIT if they fail to win the MEAC tournament. The Phillies jumped out to a 3-0 lead on Pirates starter Ian Snell and went on to an 11-10 10-inning win over Pittsburgh in exhibition baseball. The former Caesar Rodney High School product gave up 3 runs on 3 hits and struck out 7 in 3 innings of the work. Ryan Howard knocked in 2 runs for the Phils in the 3rd. Phillies starter Jamie Moyer pitched 3 scoreless innings, giving up just 1 hit. The Phillies take on Toronto today in Clearwater. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: cloudy today with snow accumulating 2 to 3 inches before ending this afternoon, the high 28. Clearing tonight, the low 14. Tomorrow, partly sunny, the high 38. And Friday, sunny to partly cloudy, the high 35. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Melanie Armstrong. Thanks for watching.